time for another edition of Connections, where we highlight our nationals doing great things abroad. Today, we are pleased to welcome Private Chef David Browne, who recently served as the personal chef for award-winning actress Miss Angela Bassett on her visit to Antigua. Good morning, Chef Browne, and I want to say finally, welcome to Good Morning SKN. Oh, our pleasure having you
this morning.
My pleasure as well.
How is it being back? I want to say home because I know you're born in Antigua, but how does it feel to be back in your parents' home or your second home?
It's always a pleasure being home. To me, any holiday I get, it's stkitts.
No, wow.
I mean, I could pick anywhere around the world, but
yes.
It's always home.
Oh, wow.
Antigua is home.
Yes.
But stkitts is home as well. So
I love it.
I appreciate coming home. Yes. Yes.
So, Chef, let's dive right into the conversation. Your
from
passion,
a next chef.
From one chef to the other. Indeed. Where did it all begin? Your love and passion for cooking?
Right in stkitts, actually. My mother and father had a restaurant in Newtown, Victor's Hideaway.
Yes.
Right next to the convent school. I attended the convent school for a bit.
Okay.
And that's basically, at one time I wanted not to do it because my stepfather, he was like a slave master. let's put it that way.
Okay.
And I stayed with it. My mother spoke to me, she's like, you need to stay with it because in the outer world, there is much more in the outer world than what we have in here. You know, so I just stayed with it and moved on from convent school to high school to college. And I'm here now.
So are you grateful to your stepdad for being hard and fast?
Every day that I get a job, which is a high profile job, I look up. I say thank you. Victor, it's a thank you, Victor.
Hence the name Victor's Hideaway. Yes. Okay. So you had to choose subjects in school. Was home economics a subject of choice?
Home economics.
Okay.
Well, I did all the girls' topics. I couldn't do the woodwork and the carpentry.
Okay.
I did needlework and I do home economics.
Okay.
Basically.
And what stigma did you receive from that? And who's laughing now?
I guess everybody's laughing.
Who's laughing now?
I guess everybody's laughing because I mean that has pushed me into directions that I never really thought I've been.
Okay.
Even coming out of school, even coming out of college actually, where I did hotel management and culinary.
Nice.
To come back home, it was kind of difficult just to get a job in that field back then. So you have to just hunt here and there for whatever you can find until you get your foot where you need my foot to be, basically. So my foot is where it needs to be.
Right now?
Right now.
Okay, good stuff.
I'm trying my best to see if I can bring it back home.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah.
I know we don't do private work here, so I'm trying to see if I get it back to stkitts and see how it goes. Yeah.
So why do you think we're not? It's the fact that we don't have the market for it, so that's why we don't do the private.
I think so. I think, criticians have to cook.
Okay.
Not that Antigua don't like to cook. I think criticians have to cook.
I'm getting disappointed with them. You should see the food lines on Sundays at the supermarket and at the vendors on the road.
I was here in 2017. I was a chef at OTI. Okay,
yes.
And I had those kind of issues because my plates, I don't do big plates.
No, okay.
And I realized here everybody like this big food. So I will go in the evenings and ask guests like, you enjoying your dinner? And we're like, who are you? Because chefs don't do that here.
Yes.
And then they were like, well, I ordered this and all that. I say, yeah, but you need to eat that because if you're having 3 courses a meal, you need to enjoy 3 courses a meal.
Exactly.
You can't have one big plate of food and then say, okay, dessert, and like, okay, can't go anymore.
Exactly.
So I was just trying to educate them as to how to eat food in small portions and enjoy.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff.
Indeed. Chef Browne, you've mentioned being through college rather, but how important it is for someone to have a skill?
How important? That's a big question because that's very, very important. I mean, you have a skill.
Yeah.
Your skill is holding the mic and making sure people enjoy what they see. And for cooking, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of time. I was listening to your previous interview where the gentleman saying his time set is not there no more. I work 19 hours a day.
Wow.
I go work from 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I finish at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. It all depends. And this is over a 7-month period for the whole tourism season.
Okay.
And then after the season, we travel.
Okay.
So I go to Italy, I go to Spain, I go to Switzerland, different places. Yeah,
Are you
because
going to those places to cook?
I go to cook, yeah.
Wow.
Can I be a chef now? What?
Yes.
Proud of you.
Yeah, so I have 1 week after today. I have about 1 week back home in Antigua.
Yes.
First home.
Yes, yes.
And then I have 1 week in Florida.
Oh, nice.
And then I have 5 months in Vermont.
Wow.
And then back to Antigua for when the season reopens.
Wow.
Yeah. Unless somebody has come before that. I have to
Wow.
be somewhere. So it's very rewarding. But for me, it was never about the money. It was all
Okay.
about showing the skill that you have.
Right.
Yes.
Put a smiling face. And if you put something on the table and somebody could actually smile at it
Yes.
before they actually eat it, you know, hey, look, you're doing your job.
Wow. I see here you were the sous chef at Galley Bay Resort and Spa for 15 years.
Yeah. And
What ended your tenure there?
I got a job offer at OTI.
Okay.
And also I couldn't progress.
Oh, okay.
We had a chef there, and he was like there for more than my
Yes,
time.
the older ones.
And having a conversation with the owners, I was like, listen, it's difficult for me to move forward because you have a chef, so I can't go no further than where I'm at.
Okay.
So after the job offer came up at OTI, I said, back home? I didn't even think twice about it. I didn't even think twice. But it was fun coming back home and working OTI for like a year.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Oh, nice, nice. And we're happy that you came back and you put some into your second home.
Yes,
Yes.
I always try to do. Always try to do.
Indeed. Chef Browne just mentioned the levels of becoming, well, the levels that you're at. Yesterday we interviewed a chef and he's at the commis chef level. I currently is at the chef de partie level.
The party, okay.
Yes. And you're at what level?
Executive level.
And that's where we are.
Well, I passed. Well, I'm at the executive
Right.
per some aspects of it.
Right.
But being a personal chef, when you become a personal chef, you bypass
Everything.
everything else.
Right.
Basically.
So you are an executive chef,
Yeah,
basically.
basically, yeah.
So he can be my boss.
Oh, definitely. You mentioned some of the highlights of your career, but I am in awe when I saw that you cook for the great Angela Bassett. How did that come about?
Well, she was in Antigua for like a few days. I think she was doing maybe some vacation.
Okay.
And I have a family that I cook for every year. Whether we have a carnival weekend, Easter weekend, I'm there for the whole weekend. And they're friends, so they call me up. They're like, David, we have a surprise for you, blah, blah, blah. And
Nice.
they're like, she want local food. So I said, local food? It's like, okay, I know she's African American. I know they're accustomed to their steaks and their caviars and stuff.
Yeah.
They're like, no, you bring your A game. So I said, okay. So I did some what we call fungi, mini fungi,
Yeah.
mini dukana, some fried dumplings, some saltfish chop up, some curry goat, and I mean she was just like she was happy.
Any conquers in there?
No, we couldn't get the conch at the time.
Oh, Lord, she missed out. Well, I hope.
But I think the curry goat was because of all the bones in it.
Yes.
So that's the sweetness of it. Put the bone in your mouth.
Yes.
Eat, suck, chug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that method of eating. I like that method of eating.
Chef, share with us some of your highs and lows of being a chef.
Highs and lows. The only low I have is because I don't get much time for myself and my daughter.
Oh,
I have a
okay.
16-year-old now.
Oh,
and
wow.
where she understands
Okay.
what I do,
Okay.
when I get a half a day off, that is her time.
Oh, that's sweet.
It's ice cream, it's movies.
Aw.
She love, like me, she love music.
Yeah.
So we
Okay.
jump in the truck, we put on some YouTube, put some speakers outside, and we drive all over and take them.
Imagine that.
Yeah, the highs. I mean, how high? I mean, Angela Bassett.
Oh,
There you go.
and traveling the world to
And
cook
traveling
for
the world
some
to
of
cook
your
for some people,
guests.
yeah.
Oh man.
And I do that on a regular basis.
Okay.
They will call.
Okay.
Then be recommended by somebody else. I heard you this. I heard
Wow.
this. Can you come up? You have the time? I'm like, sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you ever take her on any of those trips?
I went to Germany in 2019, just before the COVID. Yeah, I had a guest at, we have a place called Jumbe Bay. We all in money people there.
Yeah.
And I had a guest and they had like 2 weeks. And they're like, we need to invite you up. I'm like, but I can't come with my daughter. Like, no, bring her along.
Nice.
So we had fun.
That's nice. Are you still a Jumbie Bay though?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's a nice little piece of thing.
Real nice piece of thing.
Let me tell you, one time the guests came on the plane, and you all normally pack goodie bags for them, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, "We don't want this. Would you like to have it?" And I was hesitant at first, but chef, when I went in that bag, man, everything was still fresh. The croissant. Listen, I even got a free tote bag that I think I left in Antigua, one of the straw bags, because it was in that. And I'm like, oh my God.
I mean, what these guests paying per night for a house is like $35,000 per night. So I mean, you have to know top of top for these guests. You know,
that bag, I can't forget that bag. You know, that's how good that bag was. Then the food in it, I even shared with the guys on the ramp.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Speaking as a personal chef, I've seen you went to Naples, Italy.
Yeah.
Can you share with us some of the experience gathered there?
Well, I went to Naples, Italy, basically on training.
Right.
Even as a private chef, I was cooking for a gentleman. And I made pasta for him one day. Now, how we was taught in school, pasta is you cook it, blanch, you basically drain it, and straight into the fridge to cool down, some olive oil.
Yes.
So I'm doing that for him one day, right after breakfast, like, pasta. So I'm doing the pasta. He's like, David, what's this? I was like, pasta? Like, no, this is not pasta.
What?
I said, okay, well, that's what we train. He said, you know what? We're going to the airport. So I'm figuring I'm just taking him to the airport. I'm still having my chef clothes and stuff. I'm just taking him to the airport. We bought his plane, private plane, Naples. He has a
just like that. With nothing.
I had nothing but just what I had on.
What?
3 months in his hotel, and he have like a 5-storage hotel.
Wow.
And the last 2 floors, they just make pastas fresh every day.
Wow.
Every day from morning till night, just rolling out different pastas every day.
Wow.
So I had to buy a pasta making machine.
Okay.
And that was the end of that. That's all he wants for lunch. Pasta every day. Different sauces, different pesto, no creams.
And of course, Italy is known for pastas and pizzas.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even like pasta now, to be honest. I cook it, but I don't.
Enough.
I had too much.
I don't like it, period. I don't like it. I don't know something about it. I never gravitate towards it. No.
I mean, if I make it for you, trust me, you like it. But I don't
like pasta. But okay,
no, you like
I'll
it, trust me.
I'll trust you.
I'll make you some before I leave.
Ooh, la la. Looking forward to that.
Well, let me see if I got a proper training. I was taught the basics of starting a pasta is garlic, basil, and onion. Those are the 3 most important to start.
To start?
Yes.
Well, the base is the end.
To the end.
The end. It's olive oil, garlic, onion.
There you go.
Everything else, basil goes in last.
We hear it from the professional.
Yes, you did. So you got some free training today, right?
Right there.
Okay.
Of course.
Chef, let's talk about you launching the Masters of Culinary Cooking competition.
Okay, so about 4 years ago, 4 years ago, I launched a campaign where I try to give back to not only the youths, but even if yourself as a commis chef, your menu, you have ideas, but your ideas don't go to reach on the menu, because whatever the chef puts out is what everybody cooks.
Correct.
So I decided to just have a competition where 7 hotels, you do an in-house competition. Four cooks. It can be prep cook, line cook 1. It can be a dishwasher. It can be somebody who sweeps outside. So I have an idea.
Right.
I put together a mystery basket, and you cook. You have that competition, and then the second day, the winners come together and have that. So there's no senior people involved, and the winner has to have his menu and have his dish on the menu for the day. Give you incentive.
Right.
You said no senior persons involved. So how old are these persons?
No, you could be 50.
Okay.
As I said, as a dishwasher, you have people that in the industry 20 years, 30 years as a dishwasher, but they have an idea.
Okay.
So you give them much opportunity. Okay. And with me, my competition is not about money. Okay. It's all about uniforms, chef bags, chef shoes, something. But no, I encourage you not to think money first.
Yes, yes,
think
I like
work
that.
first.
Yes.
Money will come after.
Indeed, I like that.
And I actually tried to start it here at OTI. I think I'll send you a picture of it, where I started here. But I had I'm not trying to bring down nobody. I had a boss, a manager there that if you don't take what the word is.
If it's not his idea,
thank you.
It wouldn't work.
We've
all had some of those.
Yeah.
Trust me. Even in my days of being on the aircraft, if it's not their idea and they're the senior person, it's not a go. So trust me. But look at it. Who's left? Who's laughing now?
Indeed.
Well, we have a lovely plate of food over there in the corner.
I can't wait. Can't wait.
Could you believe, right? See, I'm not even going to say it. But that lovely plate. So what do we have over there, Chef David?
Well, this morning I still couldn't come on a talk show and speak about food without creating something. Wow. So I just made it very simple. I had something else in mind, but I said, you know what, let's keep it simple.
Okay.
So what I did Cajun seared salmon.
That looking good.
I did some pearl vegetable couscous. Because I'm trying to, I try to do healthy.
Okay, good stuff.
Sorry, I don't eat healthy, but I try to do healthy. I was raised in St. I love bread.
Yeah.
So I did a pearl couscous with some vegetables and cinnamon and honey dusted butternut.
I thought those were wedges.
No, they're butternut.
Oh my God, tell me. I don't eat breakfast, right? So when I see food, I just imagine things.
Yeah, and you have
nice.
And the sauce, they have a nice beurre blanc, what we call it beurre blanc, as you will know it.
Yes.
But let's just say lemon cream sauce.
Yeah, I was just going to say how when it comes to salmon or seafood in general,
something with lemon.
Yes,
yeah, something with lemon.
So can't wait to dive in.
Y'all, I feel like a little tranny between these two chefs here. But that looking delicious, and I'm sure our audience looking will say, wow, Chef David, that looks thebomb.com. That's my favorite slang. Thebomb.com, that looks good.
Yep. And trust me, couscous is not easy to prepare.
No.
So
it's not like quinoa? I've never cooked it.
Quinoa, you have couscous, quinoa.
Right.
Quinoa, you have to actually cook. Couscous, you don't. Well, if it's a pearl couscous like I have here, you have to actually cook that.
Right.
But then you have the regular one, which you just pour some hot water over, plastic wrap. 2-3 minutes, it's done.
So you let it basically absorb the water.
Just absorb the water, and that's it.
Oh wow! Oh,
so the less water, the better. The more water you make to clumpy up. You know, the less water, and you're good to go. Add whatever seasonings you want to it. Add the vegetables, and you're good to go.
I want to ask a question before, because I don't want this interview to end.
I know,
How important is it for someone? I know Andre is now a chef de pasta. The party. Lord,
correct her, please.
Thank you, chef. See, I'm thinking pasta. Andre, I apologize. How important is it for someone to further their education? Because we see you went to Le Cordon Bleu, you got the opportunity to go to Naples, so you would have perfected your art, because I'm going to give you that. How important is it for young people to go to school to be recognized as chef?
Very. I think the education comes first.
Okay.
It's trial. Well, back in our days, as well. Okay, I can say I'm 55 years old now.
You don't look at.
I don't look at the day, no, because I tell you, the bread, not the food, the bread. But back in our day, I mean, education was a bit easier, in my opinion.
Okay.
It's now a bit hard. I mean, me and my daughter had a discussion up to last week. She's doing an exam now. And they're talking about the algebra and the x plus squared equal 1. And, you know, she's like, but Dad, if I'm doing maths, why do I need this? X plus 1. I need 1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 3, whatever the case is. You know, I say, well, listen, maybe they have a different agenda for you all.
Yes.
And you have to just take it in. Whatever it is they're offering, just take it in.
Just take it in.
Because you never know where you're going to. She says she wants to become a forensic auditor, forensic accountant, something like that.
She's
So
gonna
I say,
those dollars.
So you have, dollars is right. Dollars for me too. It's very, very serious. You have to be very serious with your work.
Yes.
I mean, I'm hearing on the radio every day since before I came here of the crime rate here, the crime rate in Antigua, with young people. You know, and to me, it hurts me on a daily basis when I hear these kind of stuff here. But I think it comes from the parenting. Basically, the parents, first and foremost, a lot of parents now without they're doing 2 and 3 jobs. And the neighbors, like before time, can't speak to your kids. So then the kids them just do what they feel like, you know. And I don't know how we can get it back to where we used to be, but I could just say for the kids that are in school now and they really want to succeed, stay in school.
Stay in school.
Indeed. Yeah. And Chef Browne, what advice would you have for someone who wants to become a chef? But I know for persons, let's say in St. Kitts, to become an executive chef, you have to travel abroad to finalize that career. Like that higher education, maybe you have to go abroad to get it done. But what encouragement do you have for them?
Well, let me answer the first question first. Travel abroad, you don't really have to. It became easier now. You could actually do the chef exam online.
Yes.
We have a chef there in Florida, chef that I worked with.
Okay.
He actually came here when I was at OTI, and one or two of the cooks they actually did the exams
online,
where we can do that.
Nice.
I mean, OTI paid for it, so they didn't have to out of pocket.
Yeah.
But it's good, and he has good and bad. As I say, you as a person has to know that's what you want.
Yes.
And if you're doing it for money, again, you'll never succeed. You'll never succeed. You have to do it
from your heart.
From your heart.
That's what you have to do.
I agree. Certainly agree.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well, Chef Browne, the long-awaited conversation was beautiful. It was beautiful, and it's nice to have you in person. Actually,
I much appreciated.
I know your alma mater here prior to OTI was Jack Tar. Have you gone back since it's now Royal Stkitts?
No.
Oh, so some of your old pals are still over there, you know.
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I don't know who's still there with that day. I never. Whenever I come here, I go straight to Nevis.
Okay.
Because my mother is not really too well, so
sorry about
I try to be around her as much as I can. I'll come here. And I have one or two guys from Sunny Point that we do. Okay. We used to do badness, as we call it. So we still try to do a little badness now and again.
Okay.
In a good way.
Yes, in a good way. Yes, indeed. So thank you again for coming. I hope our audience would have enjoyed the interview as much as we did. And that lovely plate of food, me and a young lady, we are going to have a fight after the show.
So can I just, I could leave my number. I mean, if somebody have any questions.
Okay. Sure.
In-house, out-of-house, whatever the case is, they could always give me a holler.
That's your camera,
That's
right?
your camera
right there. I have my personal camera.
Yeah,
wow.
yes.
Okay, so I'm Chef David. I am at 268-772-2891. You could give me a WhatsApp. You could give me a call at any time, morning, noon, and night. And if you have any questions, any queries about anything that you would like, even to share. I love to share. I don't hold back recipes. I will share with you, That's not a problem.
Y'all? And you got that from a chef that cooked for a big store. Yeah. So take the opportunity. Take the opportunity.